In this video, we'll take a look at a AAA clone rack I built using reference photos from a couple of forums I found online. This was a fairly straightforward project that only used a few materials and tools. I'll touch on the design of the rack, the materials used, required tools, fabrication process, and finish with the total cost at the end of this video. Going off of reference pictures is great, but I need to make something that will fit the bike proportionally. To aid design, I cut a rough template out of cardboard and played with the position of the template until I was satisfied with the look. I took measurements, made a sketch, and then tallied up the approximate length of tubing and bar I would need. I decided to use half-inch tubing as hand benders of this size produce a nice tight bend radius. The tubing was purchased from Zorro.com, the 1/8-inch thick 1-inch flat bar from Home Depot, and the various metric fasteners from Ace Hardware. I did not own a tube bender before starting this project. I looked all over eBay and found an inexpensive half-inch tube bender for around $30, and while it does rough up the bends a little, it's better than no bender at all. I fortunately work a job that has access to a welder and hydraulic press, so I utilized that opportunity. I started with bending the tubes that connect the rack to the shocks and then bent the rack into shape with several bends. The ends at this stage could be left long since they would be trimmed later, and the extra length made slight hand adjustments easier. The cross tubes used to fill in the rack were cut to length and test fitted. I cut forked brackets that secure the rack to the shock mounts and welded them in place on the support tubes. 3/8 coupler nuts were used to space the cross tubes evenly, and I tacked those in place on the rack. With the cross tubes welded, I installed the support brackets on the bike and rested the rack on top, found a position that cleared the flasher indicators, trimmed the tubes to the right length, and then tacked everything together on the bike. The assembly was then moved to the table to lay down some booger welds. I put the rack back on the bike, cut some tabs, and bent the support bar ends using a shop press. After some minor hand bending, I loosely bolted things together to tack the support tabs onto the rack. I moved the rack to the table one last time and finished the remaining welds. With all the welding done, I degreased the rack and applied a few coats of self-etching automotive primer, followed by a few coats of semi-gloss black paint. The end result is a fairly robust rack that can support a modest load and acts as a grab bar. The obligatory milk crate can be fitted using some Harbor Freight D-ring brackets and the remaining flat bar. The cost of this project is approximately $40 for the tubing, including shipping, $15 for the flat bar, $5 for the fasteners, and $10 for the paint, for a grand total cost of $70.